Excuse me, Mr. Government, do not need your permission for waking up my people underneath these harsh conditions, hitting us with each and every satanic invention. Children of affliction, may I please have your attention? Fluoride in our water system, food lacking the nutrition. History repeats and this is simply their rendition. Propaganda, lies and slander is the makeup of their mission. Prostitution of our gifts for the rich ass, the rich ass. Why are people dying in the trenches? The trenches focus off the suspect cause we suspect suspicion, but in the end we win through the Lord of our redemption. Time is growing nearer, don't you hear the clock ticking? So help a brother in need to be counted in the flock as one of the sheep. Help as many as you can, we're going fishing in deep water, so give us grace, Father. Line sinker, got a snack, real men. We the fisher, I'm the main. We the fisher, I'm the main.
So, all right, the next thing, the next level of this, looking at this point. The Messiah, another one of his titles, he's the seed of David. We just looked at that point. We just looked at the 5 verses that brought that up and read in John chapter 7, how the people were divided on the point about the seed of David. Like, is the seed of David supposed to come out of Galilee, or is the seed of David supposed to come out of David's loins? Like, which one is it? Well, it's actually both. He fulfills both. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what he said. He had to fulfill everything about himself in the Torah, and the Psalms, and the prophets. So, another title that they say he is the son of, well, you guys choose. We're going to deal with both of them. The son of God or the son of man? Son of man is you either got to deal with the son of God or you got to deal with the son of man. And when you deal with the son of man, that one's going to be extended. We're going to have to kind of, pick and choose because Ezekiel uses that title so much. So we actually have to periscope down and only look at the points that we need to deal with the son of man, so we won't be all long-winded. But we can deal with that son of God. All right, just did a Bible search on the son of God. The first time that the first and only time the phrase son of God is used in the Old Testament, which should be a problem. That should be the first red flag. That the phrase son of God is only used in the Old Testament one time. Daniel chapter 3 and verse 25. King James Version. I'm actually starting at verse 24. It says, Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spake, and said unto his counselors, Did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? And they answered unto the king, True, O king. He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the Son of God. There's no Son of God prophesied to come outside of that. If you want to twist that prophecy that we just read in 2 Samuel 7, he says, well, I shall be his father and he shall be my son. If you want to twist that to say that a Son of God is coming, go ahead. But this Son of God that we all have been told in Christianity, he's not in the Old Testament. The seed of David is. The Hamashiach is. Son of God? No. And I know what somebody's thinking. Oh, but what about that prophecy in Isaiah? Let's go get it. The prophecy in Isaiah where it says, he shall be called Mighty Counselor and all of these, all that long list of stuff. Isaiah 9 and 6. This is one of the prophecies that they gave us as Christians. And let's see if this thing holds up as we kind of looking into this crazy point. Isaiah 9, we're going to start at verse 6 and read down. For unto us a child is born, and unto us a son is given. The government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, These are titles that he's going to be called. Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Those are the titles which he's going to be called. Of the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no end. And upon the throne of David, here go why they twisted, and upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and justice from henceforth, even forever. So once again, you have a prophecy about an unending throne that people misconstrue and twist and say it tries to say Son of God. Where did it say Son of God? It actually said the Everlasting Father, the Mighty God. These are titles that will be attributed to the Hamashiach when he come and did his thing. But once again, this is a prophecy that they try to, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. Well, when the Messiah came in the flesh, was he reigning and ruling as a king? When the Messiah came the first time, was he reigning and ruling? Did he fulfill this prophecy when he came the first time?
No. No, he did not.
So obviously he's going to have to fulfill this one when he comes the second time. That's what a lot of people, that's one dimension that most people misinterpret about the Messiah. That's one dimension.
I'm sorry, I'm not hooked up on. Where y'all at now? Where you talking about have you feel this yet? Did you move somewhere else or you staying?
I'm in Isaiah chapter 9, verses 6.
9, verse 6.
Okay,
I'll read it again.
right.
For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders. His name shall be called. Now, when he does this, these are going to be his titles. His name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. The increase of his government and peace there shall be no end. Upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and justice from henceforth, even forever. The zeal of God's host will perform this. Right? So like I say, when the Messiah comes, did he fulfill this the first time around? Was he reigning and ruling? No, he was a suffering servant when he came the first time around. This is why his disciples said, oh no, I gotta go get the verse. He says, will you now restore the kingdom unto Israel?
Yeah. I think that's in John. I think that's in the book of John.
Acts chapter 1, verse 6. We're going to go over here just to get it, to show you how people were incorrectly understanding the Messiah, even his disciples. Acts chapter 1, verse 6.
They all come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?
Why? Because to have a kingdom, you have to have a king ruling. So once he had resurrected, they understood that part. They understood, like, look, once you resurrected, you're able to fulfill this part of the prophecy now. So now that you're resurrected, are you going to restore again the kingdom unto Israel? But what did he say when he was in the flesh? My kingdom is not of this world. He said that. So that should make you think, like, what did he talk about? He said that this world's going to have to pass away. Not one jot or not one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law until heaven and earth be passed away. And he tell you that this heaven and this earth is going to pass away with fervent heat. It's going to have a baptism of fire. So because there are so many prophecies concerning the Messiah, and they are not considered a lot of times when we bring up these titles or bring up these fulfillments of certain prophecies, or to be a little bit more accurate on why we're looking at this, to counteract some of the things that Paul is saying about the Jesus that met him on the road to Damascus. He's twisting some of those prophecies to try to create this new Jesus that came and did away with the law and, So that's basically what we're combating right now. So they knew that once he, you know, if you got to think about that verse. That's a deep ass verse. There's two things that they realized. They realized that number one, when the Messiah got up and resurrected, he had the ability to fulfill that prophecy. But instead of fulfilling it, he said his kingdom is out of this world, and he ascended into heaven. Right? Then the second thing that verse will let you know is that the kingdom is going to come again unto who? Israel. So what the hell the Gentiles at? Paul, this is my little, slap the Paul, to a dead ass spirit. Paul, where the damn Gentiles at? How the Gentiles go like how? Where was the Gentiles even mentioned here, Paul? So why the hell are you going to the Gentiles? Anyway, the kingdom is going to come again unto Israel, and they're going to be ruled by the Hamashiach. But who's going to be under him? Right? Like that, all this stuff is written in the prophets. You got to go to Jeremiah 33. It's just a little edification point right now, since we got to get back in the swing of it. Jeremiah 33. Come on. Jeremiah 33, starting verse 24. I'm going to give everybody 10 seconds to get over there. Alright, Jeremiah 33, starting at verse 24. And we're like I say, the disciples had the understanding that the Messiah, once he resurrected, could fulfill his position as the Hamashiach. And as the mighty, wonderful counselor, all that stuff that we just read, once he fulfilled the Feast of First Fruits, it had to be fulfilled first. That's why he had to die and say, it is finished. Then he had to spend them 3 days and 3 nights in the ground and get up with the power in his hand. Then he could be the mighty counselor, wonderful this and all that. But he ain't even did that yet. He is sitting in the heaven because he has to confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. But that's dealing with Daniel. Right here in Jeremiah 33:24, we're looking for who else is going to be under his government and, all of these things. It says the government going to be on your shoulder. Who's going to be under him? Is it just going to be like a king and subject type thing? Or what? What's going on? Jeremiah 33:24. Consider thou not what this people have spoken, saying the two families which Yah have chosen, he hath even cast them off. So the house of Israel and the house of Judah, everybody say that they cast off. They replaced by the church, right? That's what they're going to say in the latter days. Don't they say that now? Yes. It says, has he even cast them off? Thus they have despised my people, that there should be no nation before them. Thus saith Yah, if my covenant be not with day and night, and I have not appointed the ordinances of heaven, then will I cast away the seed of Jacob, and David my servant, so that I would not take of his seed to be rulers over the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So that's what everybody's like, I want to be an Israelite, and we just don't get the kingdom, and they just kind of, lollipop into a field of Hebrew flowers and shit, and they don't even know what they're actually trying to be a part of. First of all, everybody that's going to be selected, you're going to be a nation of priests. You're going to have the knowledge of the law. But there are certain patrilineal things that you have to be from a certain bloodline. You have to be from a certain family. And then it says of David's seed, right here in verse 26, it says, then will I cast away the seed of Jacob. He said, and unless he do away with those ordinances of day and night, so every day, if the sun don't come up, every night, you'll see the moon, not every night, but the moon comes out at night. If those ordinances can be broken, then he's going to cast away the seed of Jacob and the seed of David, my servant, so that I will not take any of his seed to be rulers over the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's the kingdom that everybody keeps talking about. That's it right there in a nutshell. That's the kingdom. You can get an extensive written version of the kingdom in the latter verses and the latter chapters of Ezekiel. But this is what everybody's out here, Hebrew camping and teaching on corners about for the kingdom, and there's the kingdom in 2 verses. And the disciples had the understanding of it because they said, well, will you now restore the kingdom of Israel? Then they're going to be the elect. That's what Paul kept talking about, the elect, the elect. Who are the elect? These people here in Jeremiah 33, 25 and 26. That's the elect. The elect are the ones that are going to rule and reign with Christ. So all of this stuff that they've been throwing in your face in the New Testament, it comes from the Old Testament. We just haven't been reading it and aligning it according to thus saith God. We've been doing it the Christian way. And as long as Paul has been mixed in with our doctrine, now we've been doing it not Judeo-Christian, but we're Hebrew Christian. As long as you still have Paul's doctrine mixed in.
Sinker got a snack room in. We the fisher out the main. We the fisher out the main. Line sinker got a snack room in. We the fisher out the main. We the fisher out the main. Line sinker got a snack room in. We the fisher out the main. We the fisher out the main. Line sinker got a snack room in. We the fisher out the main. We the fisher out the main. Proper order, Christ is the head of the man, so it's all coming together, and I'm starting to understand what our leaders and the fathers are harbored in prison systems. Get rid of defense mechanisms, then dominate our women, force feed them they paganism. Then they call it patriotism. The government, the terrorists diverting your attention when doing it since the slave trade. Still slaves with no chains, but upon our mind frames it's all psychological. Devil want you dead, his plans are diabolical. Come back to the Father for protection like the prodigal. Any other option that you have is not logical. Plans of survival without them are not probable. Israel, yeah, it's way too real. Red or blue, false or truth, better pop that pill. Cause Christ did it all when his blood was spilled. Line sinker got a snack room in. We the fisher out the main. We the fisher out the main. Line sinker got a snack room in. We the fisher out the main. We the fisher out the main.